Are you considering making North Carolina your new home? And you just want to know, why in the heck are people even moving there in the first place? Well, stick around to hear the reasons on why many people have moved to North Carolina, aka first in flight, in 2022. What's going on, everybody? It's Polynice here. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. If not, welcome back. And while I have your attention, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and the bell so you are notified every time I do one of these videos, sharing with you exactly what it's like to live, eat, sleep, play, all in Raleigh, North Carolina. And just as much as I enjoy making these videos, I am a licensed realtor and would love nothing more but the opportunity to help you with any of your real estate needs. So if you do have any questions, concerns, or anything you want to know, my number is going to pop up right there. Make sure to give me a call, shoot me a text, email, day or night, heck, maybe even on the weekends. You know I got your back in this market. So to kick things off, one of the very first reasons, or at least something that I kind of hear a lot when I'm dealing with clients or even trying to help people relocate to the Raleigh, or better yet, just North Carolina in general, they're looking for a different type of living. Despite where they're coming from, I could definitely share with you a story that I've recently had with individuals who are looking to move from Florida. They were just, and it was specifically Orlando, so I'm not gonna go ahead and bash on any other parts of Florida there is out there, but they were just saying traffic is insane. It's not the same like it used to be. It's just too crowded. It's just, everything is going all over the place. The state isn't moving in the direction that at least they wanted it to move in. And so they're looking for something that's a little bit more calm. They're looking for something that's a little bit more modern, urban, up to date, doesn't have as many people there, which, I mean, I could see Raleigh having a lot of people in the future, but you know, that's kind of what they're experiencing now, and they just kind of want to get out of that situation. And so I think one of the key things that North Carolina does give you, does offer to you, is the fact that it's laid back, it's chill. Yeah, some parts I think are fast-paced, some parts you'll find, you know, are moving a little bit quicker than others, and that's okay. For the majority of the state, though, I would say everyone's kind of chill, relaxed, laid back, and they just kind of take things as it comes. You know, not only talking about the urban, the modern, or even the fast-paced life that you may experience here in North Carolina in some parts, you also have, again, that southern feel, so it allows you to kind of go out and maybe you want to see a bunch of land. You have that ability to go do that. Or maybe you actually want access to your local farmers market, or better yet, just the farmers in general. You have the ability to do that as well. And I think that part right there just enables that balance, right, that many people may be looking for. It's whether you want that fast pace or whether you need that kind of that slow lifestyle. You have that in-between balance, and you just got to find it in that right area. But if you're into the fast pace, you're into the things moving really quickly, I mean, you can definitely live in any single downtown area in North Carolina, I'm sure of. I can't speak of everything. I could definitely speak of Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill, definitely, and Charlotte, of course. But you could definitely check those out, because those downtown areas will be really a lot going on there, to the point where you have the ability to walk to places. You don't necessarily have to drive. I know that North Carolina, at least when I was moving here, a lot of people, I was telling me, people, I'm moving to North Carolina. Oh my gosh, you're moving to the country and stuff like that. So it's not like that everywhere. You definitely have your parts that are like that, which I think, again, allows that balance of the state. But you do have the accessibility to try out new restaurants. Go ahead and go do the amusement. Go to the museum or the small amusement parks. Not anything massive, but you have that ability to go do that, so you don't lose out on completely like a city life. It's not maybe like your New York's, it's nothing like maybe your LA's. Like, you're not gonna get that, I'll tell you that right now. But at least it still gives you that, you know, that feel of it that you may be even looking for or even want within your living standards. You know, not to leave out any of the places outside of Raleigh. You know, you do have Clayton, you do have Boone, Asheville's. You know, those are areas that are going to give you a little bit more historical feel to it, a little bit old, laid back, chill, relaxed. So those are the kind of places that you could think of, that you can kind of keep on top of mind if you want to kind of find those places that are more laid back, chill, relax, and are going to give you some different type of scenery. You know, one thing that you'll really realize and pick up is North Carolina has a bit of everything. I mean, we have all 4 seasons. We have the mountains, we have the beaches. I mean, you tell me, what more do you need? Now let's move on to the next one. As I already kind of mentioned, kind of jumped ahead of myself here, but obviously there's lots to do here, as I kind of already mentioned. I mean, not only is there lots to do throughout the entire state, but in Raleigh specifically, they have all these events that occur every single month, whether it's on a reoccurring thing or whether it's just something that they want to have on themselves. Something that you will see is a lot of like festivals, or even like mini shops. I forgot what they call those things, where all the shops kind of get together, and whether they're local businesses or whether they're actually people that are, you know, just doing things as a hobby, and they kind of just put their stuff out there to either get sold or help people bring some sort of awareness. I don't know why it's not clicking to me right now, but it's pretty frustrating that it's not, because the right word would make perfect sense to you. But I'm gonna paint that picture for you guys as much as I can. But of course, you have a ton of those events, but you also have First Fridays, which happens specifically in Raleigh. I don't know about, you know, if it happens in the Chapel Hill, Durham, or even Charlotte area, that nature. But what First Raleigh pretty much is, it's another event to help bring awareness to the local artists, the local museums, and just people doing things that are, you know, creativity to bring those awareness to the people. It's a great time to go ahead and explore, meet maybe new people, or even buy gifts to people who are actually thinking or even want to move to the area. And that's a great way to lure them right into the area, right? Just give them a little taste of what it's like to live in Raleigh by gifting them something really great or amazing that they can't find anywhere else. Guys, I have these conversations all the time, whether it's with someone who is moving to the area, whether it's someone who's actually getting ready to leave the area. I understand the entire spectrum of why people move here and why they do not. So if you do have a question, a concern, or anything that you want to know about North Carolina in general, please give me a call, shoot me a text, email, day or night, heck, maybe even on the weekends. No question is a dumb question. Let's get your questions answered so we can get that process moving forward for you to see if this is an area that you would even want to be in. So I hear this a lot, and because it's down south, everyone thinks, oh, you're moving down south, it's much cheaper. Yeah, it's cheaper. I get that to a certain extent here. I mean, yes, I would say North Carolina is one of the most affordable states for the most part. It typically stays below average of, you know, the entire United States. But this year, I mean, these past couple of years have been a really big question mark, right? So I mean, despite all of that, you do definitely have North Carolina doing really well with their taxes. They tend to keep their taxes really low, which is why you're seeing major companies, major corporations putting their headquarters here, is because they have that incentive, they have that benefit to make sure that their business is going to operate efficiently. I mean, let's not go wrong now, but with good wages, lower average of income tax, you essentially make yourself a state where people want to be in. I mean, that's why we have those Apples, that's why we have those Googles, the Microsoft, maybe not Google or Microsoft putting their headquarters, but at least the Apple, the Nike, you know, you have all these major companies wanting to be here because, again, it's going to benefit them in the long run. And so what is that going to do? It's only going to allow everything to kind of be a trickle effect to everyone. So yes, the cost of living does have a benefit to the businesses. So now you're probably thinking, well, how does it benefit me as someone who wants to be there and a resident? It does to a certain extent. Of course, like I said, these past 2 years have not done justice in terms of, you know, just the natural living in North Carolina, but this is definitely something that you can keep an eye on. I will say, in the previous 2 years of 2020 and all that stuff happening, it was moderate, it was affordable, it was definitely something that you can do. I mean, I know people who were living easily off of, you know, a 50K salary with no problem. So that's something that, of course, you can kind of keep in mind, keep in consideration. Now, of course, don't push you beyond your means, of course, right? And then you'll be able to be just fine. But that's just to give you an idea of how the cost of living is here, and just to show you, like, this, you can do it despite where you are. It's just a matter of, you know, allowing everything to calm down, which the past 2 years, I understand, it's been rough for a lot. Now, as I mentioned, some of the companies, another reason why a lot of people are moving here is because the job market is really strong, really strong. Whether you're in the tech, science, I would even say medical field, yeah, definitely the medical field as well. You know, you definitely have those big major corporations all around us, and that's what you want, especially if you're in the job market, to either switch jobs, or even you want something better, or you want to try something new. You know, this is the opportunity, this is the place that is going to give you that, because this is a growing state. It's a state where many corporations, as you can see, I mean, just Google it. What companies are relocating to North Carolina, and you'll see it for yourself that it's many companies. It's too many that I can't even name. Maybe I could find a list for you guys and just throw it here really quickly so that you guys can go ahead and check that out, but it's a lot. And so what this does, this allows this market to be really great for those individuals graduating to find a job. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I graduated, it was excuse me, it was a really tough time to find one. And so the individuals that are graduating now, hopefully they have a better experience than I did. And people back in 2008, I mean, I think those were by far the worst, but hopefully that is what this market does allow for individuals that are graduating from those pristine colleges right here in North Carolina. Because at some point in time, we got to build our careers, right? As I mentioned, several colleges, people graduating, that's another reason why. Because again, most times, I mean, let's be honest, I've had individuals move here and say, yeah, they have kids, they actually want to prepare them kids for a great education system, or at least they want to prepare them to go to a great college with in-state tuition. I mean, who can go wrong with that one? So of course, several colleges giving you the opportunity to make sure that you have your own decision of whether you want to be at a small college, a large college, or you just kind of want to sit back and relax, or I don't know, do what you want to do. But that's another reason why I kind of hear a lot of individuals when they speak on why they're moving here is the education here. I mean, you have resources all across the board, and of course those colleges all specialize in something specific, so you can literally go to that school and graduate from a great school and be able to push your career even further. You know, if you don't know, the colleges that are here is NC State, which is known for engineering, biology, agriculture. Then of course we have Duke, which is known for the medical industry. And man, I may be forgetting something, so if I am, please don't kill me on this one. And then you have UNC, which is known for business, government, and law, politicians, I believe, politics, public health, I believe it is. So there you go. I mean, you have these schools giving you the ability to try different industries, different career paths, in-state tuition. You know, you got to get that. Make sure you get that, guys, because that's going to be able to save a couple of dollars in your pocket, which helps with that cost of living, right? So not only do you have the education system that many people are moving down here for, it's that cost of living, it's the ability to not have to uproot and move your kids from point A to point B, and, you know, them losing all their friends, and you know how that whole thing goes. And how could I forget the last one, the location of North Carolina? If you look at the map in itself, North Carolina is literally right below Virginia, right above South Carolina. You also border the coast. So you have all these states all around you, and North Carolina is huge in itself. So I was actually intrigued. A friend of mine said he's traveling to Virginia to go out to the cabins and stuff like that they were going to go do, and he told me the drive is only an hour and a half, and I was like, wow, that's actually really close in comparison to how far I'm typically going. When I go to Virginia, I'm going towards the Richmond route, so you know, just even that route takes a little bit longer than an hour and a half because Virginia is a huge state to get through when you're driving by it. But the access and the ability to be able to drive to a certain part in Virginia in an hour and a half, I found that amazing, because I was like, wow, this actually, North Carolina is much closer than we think to a lot of these different states that are around us. And of course we have Tennessee. I don't know, I've never been to Tennessee, but if you have and you have family there, you know, you have Tennessee right there. So all of these states are within range of driving. Now of course some places are going to take a little bit longer than others, so if you're willing to, you know, take that up challenge, then go ahead and knock yourself out. But ultimately what that allows you to do is take those, maybe those 3-day weekends or the extended weekend getaways. You guys have the ability to do that without having to worry, oh man, we got to get on a plane or a plane ticket. You can just jump in your car and take the drive. It's a great scenery. Despite where you're driving through North Carolina, you're gonna have that scenery. It's not gonna just be dull and plain and nothing for you to look at. So you have that advantage as well, right? And then I know I talked about the major states that surround it, but you cannot forget what's already around us in general within this state. We have Charlotte, we have Durham, Chapel Hill, Asheville, we have the beaches. I could talk about Wilmington, Wrightsville. I mean, we could talk about Ocean Islands. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on about these different things that already surround us within the state of North Carolina. So although North Carolina is in a prime position, anywhere in North Carolina is going to be sufficient, should be sufficient to you, as long as you do your research, as long as you give me a call, shoot me a text, email, and we can figure out what area is going to be best for you. Alright guys, now that wraps everything up here. Now I hope this video helps you understand why people are actually even visiting, why are people living in North Carolina. It's for those reasons above. Now of course there's plenty of other reasons more. Now if you have anything in specific that you want to talk about, go ahead, give me a call, shoot me a text, email, day or night, heck, maybe even on the weekends. I love these phone calls, I love these text messages, emails that I get from you guys, because it allows me to do exactly what it is I always wanted to be doing. It's helping people relocate from one city to the next. So with that being said guys, I hope you guys go ahead and take advantage of that, and I hope you guys have a blessed weekend, day, whatever, whenever you're watching this, man. Just go ahead and enjoy yourself. Peace out.